Okay, the next Republican primary is in South Carolina. I have very, very disturbing poll data for you. PPP, which is an admittedly Democratic pollster, polled South Carolina Republicans. And I don't even want to talk about the sort of lead, right? I mean, Donald Trump has a lead. He's at 35%. Cruz and Rubio are each at 18%, 10% for John Kasich. Fair enough. I want to talk about some of the specific questions that South Carolina Republicans have been polled on. South Carolina Republicans are nutty, Lewis. I mean, their political views are outrageous. Let's put this up on the screen for people who are watching along with us. I'll tell you about some of the findings from this poll. 30% of South Carolina Republicans, this is just crazy. 30% of South Carolina Republicans wish the South had won the Civil War. Now, from that group who thinks who wishes the South had won the Civil War, Donald Trump has 38% of those, and Ted Cruz has 35% of those. So overwhelmingly, if you are a Republican that supports the idea that the South, it would have been better for the South to win the Civil War, you are very likely to be either a Trump or Cruz supporter. 20% of South Carolina Republicans, 1 in 5, want to ban gay people from even entering the United States. What do you do with the ones that are already here? I don't know. I guess they're allowed to stay reluctantly. And of those who support banning gays, a plurality, 31%, support Donald Trump. 60% of South Carolina Republicans support banning Muslims from entering the United States. 80% of them are Trump supporters. Absolutely incredible. 67%. Something about these numbers that don't make exact sense, Lewis, but we will go back and take a look at that. Okay, continuing. 50 unusual numbers here, but we will get to the bottom of that.
Maybe it's that these people support the ideas of both candidates.
Yes, that may well be. 54% of South Carolina Republican voters support the Confederate flag in the Capitol building. Again, those are disproportionately likely to be concentrated among Trump and Ted Cruz supporters. And lastly, I don't know if this is low or high, only 10% of South Carolina Republicans think that whites are literally a superior race to other races. So, Lewis, let's get back and talk about this. When you hear that 10%, 1 in 10 South Carolina Republicans think whites are the superior race, does that strike you as shockingly high or low, given what else we know about South Carolina Republicans?
I think if we're talking about South Carolina Republicans here, I think that seems a little bit low when you look at the rest of those numbers.
Right.
When you look at
hey, 20%.
It's kind of a relief actually to hear that
it's only that low. It's really funny how Donald Trump is associated with these so-called New York values by Ted Cruz, but it's actually Trump and Cruz's supporters that are the closest ideologically. I mean, on most of these outrageous positions, South Carolina Republicans are very likely to support either Trump or Cruz. I mean, Trump and Cruz, for all of the critiques about he's a liar, he has the New York values, blah, 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 they are coalescing the extremist Republican support, which is pretty fascinating. A viewer emailed me about the Civil War thing and said, David, the North would be better off if the South had won the Civil War. They would have separated. The northern states wouldn't be, by and large, subsidizing the southern states, and the North would be way better off as a country.
Well, who knows if that's really how it would have happened.
Right.
Right. And we wouldn't have a lot of oil, Dave. I mean, oil is big business. We need Texas for big oil, right?
Right.
And we wouldn't have all that beautiful warm weather either.
Well, yes, that's absolutely true. The online news world is getting pretty cluttered with lots of nonsense. There's the so-called news sites that rewrite news articles, and then there's the websites we all know that we just can't trust. So lately, I've been reading Smash Pipe, which is an online magazine whose goal is to surprise, amuse, and tell readers things they don't already know on a wide range of topics in current events and culture. Smash Pipe is less interested in trending topics than in what's actually going on, and Smash Pipe has no ads whatsoever other than the reader-generated classified ad section, and they never will. Smash Pipe is what happens when you, on a bad day, stub your toe on the miseries and mysteries of life. Check it out at